Okay, well, it's 1:03 and I want to be sensitive to everyone's time and give us enough time to go through the presentation and also answer any questions that you may have. For everyone who does not know, my name is Valerie Cofield. I am President and CEO of the Eastern Minority Supplier Development Council. I am very excited to be here with you this afternoon to introduce you to the diverse yellow pages presented by LSI NextGen in partnership with EMSDC and several other of the NMSDC affiliate councils. It is really important that we come here today because we want to introduce this platform for you. LSI NextGen is one of NMSDC's Corporate Plus partners. They are a very active member of the New York, New Jersey Council and a key partner with the Eastern Minority Supplier Development Council. This digital platform for local, diverse, and small businesses in our region is designed to create an exclusive opportunity for suppliers to increase business and revenues as well as their visibility. In collaboration with the launch of the diverse yellow pages, EMSDC will also be reintroducing our registered and listed services for businesses who are not necessarily supply chain facing, but are interested in being engaged with both the diverse yellow pages and with the EMSDC. Non-supply chain facing entities are now able to subscribe to our database and take advantage of the digital presence through the diverse yellow pages. At the end of today's session, there will be time for Q&A. Please put any questions that you have in the chat or the Q&A feature. I will be here through the duration of today's presentation, here to answer your questions during the chat and also to prompt the LSI team should there be anything that we want to bring to their attention immediately. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Al May, founder and CEO of LSI NextGen. Al?
Thank you so much, Valerie, and the rest of the EMSDC team. Welcome the listeners, audience, viewers. Like Valerie said, we are very excited to introduce this platform to the community in the EMSDC chamber, especially. I hope you can see my screen. Do you see a screen for empowering diverse businesses?
Yes.
Okay. So this is really meant for the suppliers that in the region, including somebody like us, to make sure we get exposed to the buyers. In this case, could be individuals, other small suppliers, or large corporations. Okay. So in principle, we have two platforms called Diverse Marketplace, which is really meant for, like Valerie said, supply chain, B2B suppliers. We also have a platform called Diverse Yellow Pages, meant for typically smaller suppliers in the supply chain. For example, I would say a one-person coffee shop, one-person bar, one-person or small nail salon, corner store, worship place, etc., etc. Those are really meant for local consumption, typically, and for the local community. Those are yellow pages, classical yellow pages that many of us are used to. Okay, so let me go through a little history of our journey into these two platforms, if I may. Right? We built a platform called Adopt a Company, completely pro bono, just to help small businesses that were impacted by 9/11. Completely designed by us. Later on, it was adopted by Mayor Bloomberg to help the small businesses impacted as a part of, during, I should say, 9/11. With the help of 85 major sponsors like Citibank, JP Morgan, SAP, Rutgers University. Major sponsors, everything was pro bono, by the way. We had 400 small companies who were benefited by so-called donations by large companies, including us. That platform was recently used by King County in state of Washington, where the first COVID case was detected in the US. Out of the whole journey, and this all pro bono, by the way, we built this platform, Diverse Marketplace, which is for, like I said, B2B, and Diverse Yellow Pages mostly for B2C, smaller suppliers in the supply chain. Both platforms are up and running, and hopefully we will get your input, not only input, but adoption of this platform. So today the platform is sponsored by Coca-Cola, the big brand. We're looking at a couple of the sponsors. And like Valerie said, supported at this point officially by 4 region councils. New York, New Jersey, where that's my home. Next door is EMSDC, Valerie. Greater New England, which is Boston, New Hampshire, etc. And Northwest Mountain, which is Seattle and all. Currently on the board of advisors who give input on periodic basis are Terence himself, Valerie herself, Paul Williams, and there are a couple more who have just joined recently. They are formal board of advisors, by the way. We are the first and the only certified diverse company to launch both these platforms. There is a competition in diverse marketplace by a large corporate member, but we are the first and the only certified diverse company to launch both of them, by the way. Our intention is, spend local, spend small, and be bold. And you'll see that theme throughout our presentation / I'll give you 2 specific examples how we as a group intentionally spend money on the local businesses like yours, hopefully. And we're going to do well by doing good. It's for-profit business, but we think we're going to impact the smaller businesses in the supply chain, which, as you know, create the economic wealth, economic engine in that local community. So how do we impact? This is where we sit in the middle. We have board of advisors that help us make sure we're always on the right track. We talking to a lot of corporations as we speak, and where they come in, I'll give you specific examples later in my presentation, where they are actually going to implement Diverse Yellow Pages, which is spend local program, when they travel to whichever conference or their different offices within the United States. Could be diverse banks. We're going to connect, if a supplier needs banking relationship, will connect to different banks, diverse banks. Will help MB to MB, small supplier to supplier spend. And we actually explicitly going to do charitable donations again to the local suppliers. One example I always like to give is, let's say we want to give, let's say coffee, card, we will buy it from a local supplier, not from the big suppliers we buy typically today, not Amazon and Starbucks. Nothing wrong with them, but I would rather buy from a local supplier, a gift card, again, helping the local community in that region. That's going to be our motto. Everything that a small business needs, which could be search engine optimization, website design, all will be referred to another supplier within the community. It will be completely impartial way of connecting supplier A to supplier B for any such commodity or services. As you know, I'm preaching to the choir here. There are these many suppliers creating this much revenue, etc., etc. So I think collectively, and Valerie is very much proponent of that, corporations buying from suppliers like us has definite impact, but suppliers buying from other suppliers is going to be even potentially huge impact for us to survive and grow, which is, we also believe in that. As you know, again, as a small supplier within a supply chain, we can help, we can buy from other suppliers in the supply chain, from those other suppliers. So for parts manufacturer, right, I can go take packaging service from another supplier, transport from another supplier, catering for another local supplier again. So again, the money stays within the region. That's the whole goal here, if I may. Car repairs, hair salon, restaurants, everything hopefully will stay local, again, to impact the local community as a part of diverse Yellow Pages. This is basically a summary of what I just said. Exclusive of small and diverse businesses to be listed. Okay, we're going to measure the impact, and I'll give an example in a little bit, where Valerie Terence Clark from New York Council, an executive from a large corporation, and myself, we went and looked for a breakfast place by a diverse, happened to be a Black-owned restaurant in Jersey City. We explicitly had a breakfast there. We made sure we asked them, how do we help him, etc., etc. So we, Valerie and many other people now intentionally look for small businesses when we go out for a coffee or a lunch or a breakfast, just so that you know. During Chicago NMSDC launch, we actually found a local Black-owned restaurant. We had a reception there. We bought wine bottles from a local brewery owned by a Black, happened to be, diverse supplier within Chicago, and we gave it to some corporate executive. So again, we want to really spend as much money as possible within the local community as a part of this movement. Yeah, this is kind of what I already explained. So again, our motto is support diverse, impact small, spend local. Sponsored by Coca-Cola. At this point, we have few more sponsors coming in. And with that, I'm going to take you directly to the website, if I may. If there are any questions, please, ask them in the chat. Meg, Valerie, Aliyah, if you have any suggestions, am I going too fast or too slow? Please let me know. Okay. But this is, again, I hope you can see my screen, right? Diverse Yellow Pages. Susan? Kira?
Yes, I can see.
Okay, all right. So this is our beta launch. This is actually probably third version of our launch, where URL is diverseyp.com. Again, explore diverse local small businesses. That's the motto here. So far, and I don't know if you know, but even sites like Yelp or Google, it's not very easy to find diverse suppliers using those links so far. This is really a focus. These are all diverse suppliers right now, by the way. All of them are diverse. We may get to small suppliers, which may not be diverse, but today all these suppliers with all these cities are only diverse, just so that you know. Sponsored by Coke again, supported by New York and EMSDC at this point. There are companies we are talking to, specifically, I would say in this case, I'm allowed to talk about Bristol Myers Squibb. They came to us and say, hey, I have 9 cities that my people travel to. Can you include those in your list, which is Camden? I think they were New York, Philadelphia, Princeton, that's a hometown, San Diego, Seattle. So we made sure that there are, when people travel from Bristol Myers to these locations, restaurants, bars, cafes, bakeries, cigar lounges, liquor shops, these are all local suppliers that we now have confirmed diverse suppliers in these many cities already on the portal at this point. The way we are launching it today is go based on a conference. The first time we launched was the DA4S. This was no work. So we made sure many of these vendors are available in the Newark region. We had a big launch during the NMSDC's Economic Forum in Chicago about a month ago. This is where we found a local liquor. We found a local restaurant, and we found a local liquor supplier where we bought wine bottles from them. Same thing happened in VBank about 2 weeks ago. And I'm happy to say that on their own, Merck Pharmaceuticals, another pharma, they like this concept. They actually looked for a diverse restaurant. They went there and they had a big LinkedIn post. They did on their own. Again, this was their intentional local spend using this particular tool. So what we are hoping that if every large corporate and every employee within that corporation, as he or she travels for business or for pleasure, goes to that local place, wherever it is, and looks for that local small diverse supplier in this case, I think we hope to change their attitude one at a time. Hopefully everybody will not only use these suppliers in the wherever they are, but when they come back in their hometown, look for a nail salon, which is, let's say, diverse supplier, hair salon, hotels, as in like actually you can stay in a hotel. When I went to Miami back in November, and I'm very proud to say there are two conferences. One was NGLCC and VBank board meeting. I explicitly look for and honestly happy to find a woman-owned and NGLCC-owned hotel, not Hyatt or wherever everybody stayed. I stayed there, took Uber every day back and forth, but I knew I spent my money on the two hotels, again, regional diverse suppliers in that particular case. As we talk to different people within our community, they are giving us not only the cities, and let me tell you, it's not easy to just add the entire United States, all major cities. Is very difficult to find these suppliers in individual cities. So we're kind of using multiple methods. One is a conference. Where is the next conference? Second is, where in this case, BMS wanted to travel. We pulled those cities in our website here. We talked to National Basketball Association because they want to some of the teams in that league want to spend local again on florist, caterers, decorators, etc. So we're going to work with those teams to make sure when they are out there having their local, meetings or whatever, they will be able to find the local suppliers. Again, they want to impact their region, their community, while the NBA thing is hosted. So we will listen to people like Valerie and the team, as well as corporations, as well as maybe you, to see what should be the next set of cities, as well as suppliers, because there could be literally, hundreds of commodities, and we cannot put every commodity for every city on day one. It is extremely time consuming and expensive, to be honest with you. And my team, who is on the webinar here, a lot of team members are explicitly either buying databases or working with local regional councils to make sure we have as much data from that local region as possible. I'll take an example. Let's say Dallas, which is the next, I think there's a next meeting. What is that meeting, Valerie, again? You told me. Managers meeting, right? So if you want to go there, you can search for a bar there. There's only supposedly one pizza in downtown Dallas. In Las Vegas, I think you'll find many. See, there are so many. In Philadelphia, program managers meeting is in Dallas in mid-July, I think. So again, we are going city by city, location by location based on a conference, and scraping the data and exposing to the users here. That kind of, it's 124, and Aliyah and Valerie, do you want me to specifically cover something at this point? Because that kind of concludes the diverse yellow pages description. You want to talk about listed and registered? Valerie, I'm just asking you. And you're on mute, Valerie. Or Aliyah, or Kira, or Meg. So while they actually, I think what they want to, let me, Valerie said in the beginning that EMSDC has a program called Listed and Registered, which is for non-supply chain facing, non B2C suppliers, which are in these typical commodities, right? Kira, I think you want to say something? Aliyah, you want to say something? Or Valerie?
I just wanted to thank everyone for joining us. If you need any more information specifically about listed and registered, please connect with me at abunch@emsdc.org. I would love to explain case by case on how you could gain visibility for your business. And I didn't really have much to add just in regards to listed and registered. Please reach out to Aaliyah Bunch. I'm the director of MBE services at Eastern Minority Supplier Development Council. And I just wanted to make sure everyone received this information. Thank you for joining us.
Valerie, you have any? Yes, Susan.
There's one question in the chat box for us.
Okay. Begin to use, how does one begin to use the app? Okay, well, I think again, reach out to Aliyah, like she said. We have a structured way of getting you on the platform here. I'll leave it up to Aliyah, how she wants to process that. That's John asking this question, I guess. Did I answer your question, John? Oh, so describe a structure. Okay, this is where Aliyah comes in. So
okay. Yes, Al, and I'm sorry, I do want to briefly explain to everyone that you will be opted into to this portal now. If you're not a diverse certified member of EMSDC, you would definitely have to reach out to me, but all of our MBEs will be opted in. There will be a 60-day trial where you guys will be able to take advantage of having your product or services on the diverse yellow pages. After those 60 days, this 60 days will start on July 18th. Once those 60-day trial period is over, you will be offered the option to subscribe to the service. So please reach out to me. Everyone has a different business, and you may want to come in as listed, you may want to come in as registered. So I would like to talk to you to see where you are and let you know what will best fit your business.
I think the next one, is it free or paid? No, there's a fee, small fee for it. I think it's reasonably priced, but again, let Aliyah kind of explain to you how the package, how much does it cost? First 60
The fee
days
will
is
be,
free. Sorry.
yes, thank you, Al. The fee will be assessed on an annual basis or a monthly basis. Um, Once you sign up for the listed or registered, it will be combined with the yellow pages. The listed and registered portion is just so that your business could be listed in our database. Um, and the fee that will be charged for the listed and registered will go towards your certification fee if you get certified within the year. So once again, I will be happy to talk to everyone offline because everyone is at different phases of their business. So it's going to be a different service that may be fitting to your business. So just reach out to me and we'll talk a little bit more on how to get you involved in our listed and registered, and also get you on the diverse yellow pages.
Thank you, John, for the question. Meg, Valerie, Aliyah, I don't know if Kira is online. Is Kira online or?
So I'm sorry, I cannot see the chat. If anyone has any other questions, if y'all could please relate them to me and I'll try my best to answer them at this time.
I don't see any more questions, Aliyah.
Okay. So this was an info session that we put together just so that we will have this information out, so that you guys will be aware on the launch. You'll see some more communications coming out, letting you know about the launch date of July 18th. We're very excited about sharing this opportunity with some of our resource partners. So if you receive this invitation from one of our resource partners, and you're a part of the chambers or any of the SBDCs or anything like that, please connect with me via email. I would love to get you guys more information on how to bring visibility and bring this portal to your business. So all of this information will be available on our video library, emsdc.org. So please feel free if you have any other questions, or you could definitely revisit the presentation anytime that you like. It will be available on our website.
The next one, John, is which cities are available right now? You see the list here right now, but there are 20 more in the pipeline. And like I said, will kind of depend on where is the next conference going to be, or where the next set of client, in this case, National Basketball Association, maybe Major League, where would they like us to focus next? But we also actually separately focusing on cities where we think needs the most economic impact. Okay, like I'm from New Jersey. So I don't know if Trenton is there or Newark. Trenton and Newark are both there. Newark is here. Trenton is, I think, should be here. We have it. It's not populated. Camden is there. So Trenton, Camden, Newark are the cities that I know would love to have some impact. So if you as a group would like to see next on the, is definitely Southside Chicago. And we are really looking at the cities where there's a most economically challenged, I should say, and explicitly bringing them on the yellow pages. And hopefully that will create, local economic impact. Valerie, you have any comments to, you're on unmute, so I thought you wanted to say something.
Oh, no. You covered it. But what Alice said is it is really about driving economic impact, and orienting potential customers to businesses that don't oftentimes get visibility in the traditional way. And so for our suppliers, diverse yellow pages becomes a way to amplify what it is that you do and the services that you deliver, both in your immediate local marketplace, but also in the broader marketplace. The other piece of it is that, what you know when you talk about economic impact is that a dollar will recirculate 1.5 times back into a local community. And so this is critically important in driving that economic impact when we make sure that those dollars are getting back to the communities that are most in need of a push economically. And so John also asked, are all businesses verified for their, yes. Yes, in order to be a part of the marketplace, you are verified, but you're not necessarily, it's not, and I guess Aaliyah, I saw you come on, you don't have to be certified. This is where the listed and registered come into, and become key to this process. For a listed business, to be a listed business, you have to identify, you have to establish that your business is at least 51% owned by a person of color, or an ethnically diverse individual. And for registered, it's a higher standard of vetting, but it's all pre-certification. So any firm that is looking to get into the diverse yellow pages, we encourage you to become listed and registered. That gives you your stamp of approval. And then from there, you're in the diverse yellow pages. Should you decide that you would like to become certified and you've become listed or registered, any fees that are paid through listed and registered are applied to your certification fees. And so Diverse Yellow Pages is a service that's provided in concert with listed and registered as well as traditional certification.
And I think Valerie kind of implied indirectly, the goal is to really, me as a small supplier in the supply chain, any of these commodities here, to grow so I become MBEs certified so that I can supply to larger, other bigger companies. That's what she's talking about, a transition from
Right.
small to, yeah.
Correct.
Thank you, Valerie, for getting in a little bit in depth with the description of the listed and registered services. But it's basically a stepping stone, is a pre-certification. This is something that if you're not quite ready to get certified, this is something that will definitely give your company visibility and access to the marketplace. We definitely are also looking to fill in other commodities that may be gaps when we have searches from some of our corporate members. When we look in our database, we're actually reaching out to our resource partners to fill some of those gaps, and make sure that we are having abundance in the list of commodities. So if you know anyone that may fit the criteria to get listed or registered, please have them connect with me. I would love to explain to them more on how they'd be able to take advantage of this service.
Susan, there are two links that I remember we had by
Yes.
Terry,
Want me to
Valerie.
share?
Yeah, if you could, please, if you can share your screen. I'm going to give you the real examples of how we as a community, few of us have impacted, and that has really, got into social media. Go ahead, Susan.
Sorry, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can. So this was back 6 months ago, right? Go ahead, Susan.
Yeah, this was 6 months ago when Al and other presidents have decided to support a local Black-owned restaurant, and you can see that this post has been posted soon after they went for a meeting. So this was an intentional diverse spend, an effort made by everybody, how they can support the Black-owned business as a diverse company. And the
This was
other
in Jersey
example that
City.
we have.
Sorry, this was in Jersey City, by the way. Go ahead, Susan. Show Raul's mark Raul Suarez from Mark, he posted after VBank experience. Susan, go ahead.
So sorry, give me 1 minute. Yeah, can you see my screen now?
Yes, we can.
So this is Raul Soros from, he's a director of global economic inclusion and supply diversity at Merck. They went to VBAN national conference the second week of June, and as an intention in supporting spend for the local and minority women-owned restaurant, they choose diverse yellow pages, and they choose this restaurant. I'm pointing it out here. How they can support, diverse suppliers through diverse yellow pages. So they have thanked Alan, since Raul is in kind of intentional. He's very intentional supply diversity. So you can see that this post has gone to a lot of people.
It's becoming viral. Yeah.
Yes, this has become viral, and where the restaurant gets a high visibility of corporate sharing this post on their LinkedIn.
And the beauty is the CPO, Susanna Weber, was there in the team. So now she can influence at the executive level, the whole Merck community. That has happened only in BMS community. So the goal is to really have every corporate member think like that. Spend local, spend diverse, spend small. Okay, I'm good. Alia, Valerie, I'll leave it up to you when to close the session.
I'm sorry, Al. If there are no more questions, I think we can close it now. And if you have any other follow-up questions, please contact EMSDC directly at emsdc.org. You can contact A Bunch. I'll put it in the chat at emsdc.org. And she will answer all of your questions and get them to, I don't think I put it in everyone. She will get it to the LSI team.
Sure.
I want to thank everyone and have a great afternoon.
Thank you, guys.